Hello guys, so today we're going to create this project and it's called Glitch Down, but you can call it anything. And as you can see, it actually looks pretty interesting, and we're also going to use RGB channels to create this. So let's go to Photoshop and let's just press create new. Now there are a few things we need to make sure are right. So first of all, let's just call it glitched down. Also width and height should be 1000 by 150 pixels. This is very important, it should be pixels here. Orientation like this, artboard not selected. Just make sure everything is like this, and if everything is fine, just press create. Perfect. Now we need to take our image, and you will find it in project files. So I'll just place it in Photoshop. And we also have to make sure there's no empty space left here, so we just hold shift and start dragging this. Shift and drag. And let's delete now background layer because we don't need it. So now we have to create two copies. So we just hold Alt and drag, or Option on Mac and drag, and now we have two copies here. So what we have to do, first of all, we have to press twice here on the empty space like this, and we have layer styles open. If you don't have here empty space, you can just press right, and here you have blending options. Perfect. Now we need to go to blending options, and here we have channels RGB. So first of all, let's turn off RGB channel and press OK. Nothing happens yet, but if we start moving it, as you can see, we have already different colors appear here, so it already looks like glitch. Let's go back for now, go edit and undo move. Now let's go to this layer and press twice again on empty place. This time we should turn off green channel. Let's just turn it off and press OK. So now if we go to upper layer, we take our move tool and we start moving it. As you can see, what we have here now is almost the same. We also have different colors, but now we also have this thing here. We didn't have it before when you had only effect on this layer. So now we have both layers turned off, like some of the colors, and now that's why we're getting this kind of effect. So we can also move them a little bit left or right. We can do it by using keyboard arrows in order to make sure it doesn't go too far. Yeah, like this is perfect. So similar to this one. Let's continue now. Now we need to make sure these are one photo, so we should just hold Ctrl and select both of them. Now press right and select here convert to smart object. Like this, it's now only one photo. Let's continue. Now we have to create a copy of this, so just hold Alt. So now we're going to create these rectangular shapes here. How are we going to do this? First of all, we need to take our rectangular marquee tool. Make sure you have this selected here. Second one, multiply, and further must be 0. And now if you start drawing, for example, I draw like this, and then I draw another one. So just draw as many as you can, and because this is going to be our main glitch effect. Like this, some of them should be big, some of them should be thin, and try to draw mainly on her face, so when we move things, you can see what is moving. Okay, perfect. Now we should create our mask, so just go to this layer and press create mask. Nothing changed yet, but if we turn off the layer below, as you can see, we see only these shapes. Let's turn it on back and take our move tool, and now we can select this layer, press Ctrl T or Command T if you're using Mac. Perfect. And now we can move it. So for example, if I move it, as you can see, now glitches appear here. We can move it like this. Yep, this should be fine. Just press OK. Another thing we have to do now is actually change its color. So how do we do that? We can go here and choose hue saturation. Now if we change hue, as you can see, the colors are changing, but it changes the color of the whole image. We want to change only the colors of these shapes that we just created. How do we do that? We need this layer, this effect layer, to be attached only to this layer. In order to do that, okay, let's press right on this layer on empty place, and here we have create clipping mask. If we press it, as you can see, now we have this arrow appear here. It's looking on the layer below. Now if you press twice again on this icon, now we can change the hue and as you can see the colors are changing. We can also play with saturation if you want to make it more or less saturated. So you can just play with colors as you want. Yeah, this should be fine. Let's continue. We also need now to make a second copy of this, so just hold Alt and create a second copy. Now this copy should be higher. Okay, let's select our rectangular marquee tool again, and now let's try to select some other points. So we'll have two glitch effects basically, like this, like this. And now let's create a mask. Perfect. Now we also have to move these shapes. So again, make sure this is selected and press Ctrl or Command T. And if you start moving it, as you can see, we already have this glitch effect appear here. And let's just press OK. And we also need to change colors for this layer. So we go again to Hue Saturation and we start changing the colors. And make sure this layer is attached only to the layer below. So we just press right and press now Create Clipping Mask. And it's now attached only to this layer. So if we go back to this effect, press twice on it, and now we can change it. Okay. Cool, right? So this is exactly how I created this poster. The only difference is that the colors are different, but there are also a few things that we can change. For example, as you can see here, I have some black and white places. Oops, something is happening to my voice, sorry. And here we have some colored places. So how do we do that? In order to create that, we need to select our image below, because this is the main image. And what we need to do, actually, we need to select vibrance here. And now we can play with vibrance. For example, we can make it a little bit down, like this. Now we can open our layers, and here we need to invert this mask. So right now this effect is affecting our whole image. So if I turn it off, as you can see, my image is again normal. What we need to do is we need to invert this mask. Like this, the effect won't affect my image. So press twice on the mask, and now we have properties panel opened up, and now you can press invert. And now if you go back to mask, as you can see, it's black. So the effect is not affecting any place. If I turn it off or on, nothing happens. So what do we do now? We go to our brush, press right here and choose brush tool, the first one. Make sure you have white color selected. Also make sure your hardness is 0 and opacity and flow is 100, like this. And when we start drawing right now, what happens is actually we start seeing that some places are actually getting desaturated, almost like black and white. So we can play with that. Yeah, like this. Maybe here. You can just play with it as you want. Or you don't have to do it. If you don't like it, then just don't do it. But I did it here because I thought it looks nice. I also did it on hands, so I did it here on the hands. If you want somewhere to be colored again, you can just change the white color to black. So press here and it changes colors. And now we can color here again. As you can see, the colors start coming back. Perfect. That's it for this project. I hope you liked it. If you have any comments, just message me and I will be happy to answer you. You can message me on Instagram or on any other place that you see my videos.